coaching right. I said, bro, I'm coaching life.
Yo, say something to the mic real quick.
I think I got something on the clip.
I said, bro, I'm coaching life.
Got the clip easy?
I said, bro, I'm coaching life.
Clip easy.
Oh, yeah.
What up, guys? Look at the drip today. The drip nuts. Gee whiz. Gee willikers, Batman. Is that drip? Ooh. Ooh. This is what it look like if I walk up on your girl right now. Yo, you trying to do something or what?
Yo,
The
I
legend
like
himself,
him,
yo.
He's a good guy, dog.
What is this? Waxon
He's cool, yo.
22? Waxon 22.
He's cool,
I
yo.
think
You
is his
gave
name.
him love before, yo. He's cool,
Yeah, he's
yo.
a hilarious dude, dog. I had to play that. We back on the bro. So
Yo, stay doing the fit checks.
We another one. Yo.
We're outside again.
Yeah, man, we back.
Yeah.
Episode
277 Coach Class Pod, man. Continue rating,
continue the
subscribing.
comments, continue
commenting.
all that.
Yeah.
You know, we need it all, man. Continue to subscribe to. We love it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. So like we had fun that last episode. Oh, that was a good brosode.
Yeah.
I like the brosodes.
Yeah. And since this was something we brought up last week, I wanted to bring it up with Zay early just to see how you felt. Because as soon as he posted the picture of the coach from BS High, I liked it immediately. Like, yo, I already know he gets to see how crazy he really was.
He finally caught
so
some of it.
how did you feel about it, and what was your takeaway thus far?
Yo, it's like one of them things. It's like, where do you begin? Because everything about it is extremely outrageous, right? Like, first of all, like when you first know about it and they was on ESPN and you found out they fake, you're already thinking this is completely outrageous. How did this even get to this point? But so you kind of bracing yourself, but as the stories unfolding, you're like, a part of you is shocked and a part of you is not shocked.
Yeah.
But it's just like, this is crazy. So one of the things we was talking about briefly before was, I know Rich was talking about he was a narcissist, and that is also a part of him, but it's also his chemistry is off, yo. His
Yeah.
brain chemistry.
And that's when
Yeah.
we getting into what Mike was saying
That's
about
it, yo.
the
I
sociopathic
peep people
tendencies.
movements,
Like,
yeah. Like
he-
to not feel no remorse for anything you've done.
shit, boy. But you see
That's
why
weird.
I said what I said last episode when I just asked Mike, yo, what's the craziest thing you could pull from it? Because I didn't even know where to begin myself.
Yeah.
Like, there's
It's
nowhere
so
to
much,
begin
yo.
with this shit. When you walk in on the episode, the nigga already telling you about his body language course that he took.
Yeah.
To
He
scam
knows he's
niggas.
wrong
Like,
as he's doing it, and he's still doing. It's crazy.
Do I look like a
man.
con
And
man?
He's telling you, I
And
know I'm
told
tripping.
you on HBO Max, I was watching that Signs of a Psychopath or whatever it was. I'm like, yo, he sounds just like them dudes calmly explaining murder real
Yo,
quick. Like,
running-
I was gonna say, thankfully,
I'm like,
he
yo,
not- he
everything
not-
you said is bad. Like, yo,
running over
felt no remorse.
Running over a harmless goose, yo.
Yo.
To
It
was
teach
several of
your
them, wasn't it?
Fucking yeah, it's a
Then
family
they said
of
he ran
geese.
back over.
Fuck, man.
Yo, to put it in reverse
Told
is
you I gotta show
crazy.
What kind of horrible shit is that, yo?
To put it back in reverse, after running over the geese
OD.
show and traumatizing the kids,
Think of
they
this
like,
picture
yo, what?
that
I don't even know what's going on.
Think of this picture. The one athlete framed. He said, "Yo, it's like early. I'm opening my eyes. This is how I'm waking up, and this is what's happening. Yo, like he's running over geese and telling us basically how to show y'all this. You got to have a killer instinct or something to some extent like that. That's like what he's seeing as he's waking up, and the sun is still rising.
Yeah,
Bro, this is like it's a horror movie.
he's crazy.
Honestly, like dog, this is crazy. And the parents.
Crazy.
Yeah, you got.
I'm not gonna go crazy.
That's
the
why I
like,
said.
was
That's why I was like,
fans, yo.
I didn't want to say it, but it's just like it was
Come
crazy.
on, yo.
Go
Stop,
crazy
yo.
on him, bro. That
Stop,
is
yo.
crazy.
Yo, that was wild. I'm like, they don't got no trainers
Y'all
over there,
out
and
of
they want y'all to
pocket.
play football. Like, and
Never heard
it's
of-
not a real school.
It's not like
nah,
it
yo,
was.
you gonna
What
get
year
hurt.
was this when this took place?
Because even if
21.
you talented and you fell off, like, yo, it's better
Was this
to-
2021?
Yeah, I believe so. I think it was like right after
like
the
Yeah,
pandemic.
so you don't got no
shaky
excuse.
after the
You could
pandemic.
Google and shit. It's mad ways you can look up a school, nigga. Like,
Come
yo,
on,
like, yo,
Yeah,
stop
this ain't,
it.
This
yo.
ain't 95.
Stop it.
Shit was shaky after the pandemic. Niggas' minds.
Niggas
wasn't-
ain't had internet.
They wasn't paying
You could look it
attention.
up, yo. Like, I want to hear that. That's wild.
Yo.
They signing PPP loans.
But for us to
That was
even believe,
crazy, yo.
but I look at it on a grand scale too. Like for all of us to believe this scam, like to be able to get your scam that crazy to go where you on ESPN and no checking of facts at all. On all of those levels, you got to rise to be a high school to be on TV.
Yeah.
It said ESPN.
Yo, his
Yo,
finesse was.
Zay brought this
ESPN.
up outside of the pod, yo. What does he have on that? This was a great point that Zay brought up, yo. what kind of dirt does that coach Roy have on that assistant coach?
Yeah,
yo?
nobody knows because the way he riding for him is
It's too
He knows
crazy the way he's
I feel like
riding.
he knows better, but he feels stuck, yo. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes, yes.
That's
Let me
what
say
it
that.
felt
Let
like
me
from
say
the
that.
doc.
We
I
don't
can't
know,
say
but
it.
it
I don't
just-
know. I just you heard him. They literally had a scene where he was off camera cussing the nigga out, and he was still trying to ride for him.
Yo.
Like, yo, what are you doing, bro? You look nuts up here.
Got weird.
God damn! And then he came back in there, man. It was this documentary
What-
needs to win something.
What's
man.
funny
Like,
to me is
yo,
ESPN declines to speak.
of
We
course,
don't fact check anything.
I want to
It
know
was
how
gonna get
ESPN
views.
got into
but they
it.
got guys.
But I'm not
the
mad.
doc I
It
need,
was gonna
yo.
get views. They like, yo, we found this up and coming school. They wasn't checking for the
ESPN got from Manti Te'o. They exposed them niggas. They don't fact check shit.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
Yo, they don't look up nothing. If the story
There's
good,
no
they
way
gonna
to
put it
check
out.
that.
Especially if you
Yo.
clean cut, yo, you
Not-
can say anything.
Not
yo.
worldwide sports. There's no way they're supposed to slide through like that. Then they had the so they brought the matchmaker in. Well, like I'm thinking of boxing terms, but like the schedule maker. How did they even?
He
like,
deserves to lose his job.
They had to
Yo, he
grease-
deserves to lose his
They
job.
had to grease his
bro.
pockets too. Allegedly, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
Definitely.
We
They
don't
hit
know.
that man mitt. I said, man,
For
hit
jokes
my
and
mitt,
giggles,
man.
they
I know
allegedly
they not going
had to have grease.
he
He's one
looked
of
like
them.
one of them greasy
Yeah, he was
motherfuckers
putting
too. Yo,
deals
that
there
accept
in the
some
background.
payola.
Like, look, I know
Payola
we not gonna
accepting
win,
ass.
but I'm gonna make sure we got
fucking
views
greasy
there,
nigga, man. Yo, I know.
This-
You
how
right,
y'all
Dave.
gonna
They got
blow
like
him
one
out
of the
by
best
50.
best schedule
He's-
makers
yeah.
in the country,
Nigga.
or the best, or whatever.
How
it
you
was.
make that
Allegedly,
mistake?
that was weird.
And they all saying because no school wants to play him. Bullshit. Then go to
Stop it,
another
yo.
state, nigga. Like if nobody in Ohio wants to play him, go to another state.
On one thing, y'all saying nobody wants to play them, and then the other thing is if they play anybody plays IMG, if they do well against them, their
Automatic
notoriety is
light.
boost. Y'all talking on both sides.
Even
of
if
the neck,
y'all
yo.
get blown out, yo.
Yeah.
So
you
nah,
can't-
you
like,
right.
One minute you saying nobody wants to play them.
Are
you
we
saying
exposing-
It's a good thing to play them. I don't know. This is
Allegedly,
this is a-
all
All
this is
alleged,
alleged.
bro. Yo, Justice
Yo.
Warrior here. Yo.
No,
I got
no.
the guys on the science
Yeah.
now.
He had a justice. Richard's a
Dropping dimes.
They doing the science now,
Richard's
yo. I
a
like
justice
this
warrior.
shit.
Oh,
man.
you made us like this, yo.
It exudes
and the
off.
justice minions.
Yeah, you're like, yo, that
The
don't seem
Justice
legal.
Minions were on the team, like the one white dude that was following with the glasses, and then the camera people. Them the Justice Minions.
Yo, I love them
Because Rich
niggas,
is the Justice War. We can't get him.
Yeah.
I
back.
like
Yeah,
that's
Justice
why
Warrior
I think that's
Rich.
what I liked about the doc. They would give Roy's side, and then they would go and immediately go to one of the detective white
He's
boys,
like,
and he
"Actually,
just
you
cooking
really
his
can't
ass.
do this.
He was like,
This
"You
is
cannot
completely
do
against
this.
the
You can't
rules."
create a fucking school." Yo.
Just made a fake school. There was
What
no
a
record
great
of
fucking
anything.
This is how
documentary.
like conscious but sick he was as well. He was like, "Am I the first person to talk about this, or is everybody going to talk about it first and I'm after?"
Yeah.
Like he had to know it. Like this dude, yo.
But that's the
must
world.
be
Such is
stopped,
the
bro.
world we live in. But yeah,
Coach
that
Roy
guy's a
gotta
bad
be
guy,
stopped,
yo.
bro.
And yo, a funny joint I thought of from that because we was talking about like yo, and I hate to harp on it, but it was hilarious last week when we was talking about like the athletes that was clearly older than the age, playing in high school when we was young. What did it feel like to be the older guy, yo? Right, you go out there and you're supposed to have all the advantages, and somebody like way younger is frying you, yo.
A 16-year-old.
How does that
I ain't
feel?
think about that, yo. You know your skills is not up,
Nigga,
yo.
You can legally buy alcohol, and
Yeah.
a 16-year-old is cooking.
Yeah.
You, yo. Running you over and breaking your and tearing your
Straight do
ACL.
like a crazy
What
move.
would be
That
worse?
literally was happening, and they was tearing the ACLs, yo.
Oh, okay. So what would
Yeah.
be worse to? I think it would be worse to catch it in basketball than football. Because football, you can kind of hide under the guise of that helmet and pads. You know what I mean, like niggas don't really gotta know you. Basketball is more intimate, yo. Like it's you and that guy. Y'all ain't got no gear on, so you seeing him.
But
I
I
feel
feel
like
like-
it would be, and he looks old, so this. This nigga mad young just cooking him up, yo, crazy. Saucing him, and especially if you bang
Yeah.
on him,
Yeah.
don't let him rise and bang on
I
him.
low key forgive it.
Or glass one of his shit, so like
Yeah.
catch his shit on the
LeBron
fucking-
style.
Yeah, on the
Run
glass.
down the nigga.
Take it off the glass on the
have
nigga.
one
yo.
hand
Yo,
on some David
shit.
Robinson shit.
Oh
yo.
my god, yo, he just got to shoot up the gym, yo. That's
Yeah.
the only thing he can do at that
Yeah.
point, yo. Don't do it, don't do it,
Yeah.
no, don't do it.
Nah. See it's crazy
It's
to
all for
me.
fun and games.
It's crazy to me though for
Entertainment
the
purposes.
overaged
Exactly.
athletes
We
in
gotta
football
get a clip
though.
to say that.
Because you gotta think like yo, football is all about physique at that age. Like, yo, if you a bigger grown man, you should be frying little niggas, yo. If you really a football guy, like, yo, if you're not, like,
Now
yo,
you
leave
wasn't
it
supposed to play.
alone.
It's time to let it
I
go.
knew to leave it alone.
My first
yo.
practice, I got cooked at. I would quit
Nigga.
after that. I was like, nah, I'm not
Nigga,
supposed to play this.
I
no
remember
more.
when I was in like 11th grade or something like that, and I think it was me, Joe. Well, no, I won't say names, but me and my guys back then, and we went up to like Stevenson, like, yo, let's see what the football team look like. I saw them niggas. I was like, I'm not doing that shit. The niggas tripping, yo.
I seen
No.
a clip of a nigga.
I was like, yo, no.
This was the comedian Desi out of Baltimore, yo. Hilarious dude that I knew. I actually worked with him a little bit at Sprint. But he put a clip out on his Instagram of some construction niggas running. Oh my God, yo. This is why I tell you, yo, after a certain age, you cannot do this kind of shit, yo. He absolutely destroyed his knee.
Nah, yo.
His
run
shit
some-
looked like an
nah.
ostrich, yo. He was running. His shit was completely
Niggas
backwards.
don't. See,
I was like, oh,
Ticker level
shit.
injuries, yo.
Oh my! Now you're gonna lose your job.
yeah.
They ain't got no benefits
Yeah.
for you to be racing on the job, my nigga.
And what people gotta realize is like, yo, if you over 30 and you don't keep yourself relatively healthy, if you try to overexert yourself, you're not an
Right.
action figure. You're
I don't-
gonna hurt yourself.
I want to say that's not even the case. There's certain things that you just not supposed to
Yeah.
do anymore.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart just proved it. He just came out with a clip where he destroyed his hip or some crazy shit like that, racing
crazy
somebody.
I thought it was his knee.
Was his knee or something in his leg?
Regardless.
He fucked his leg up or something.
Running at full speed over 35 is
why?
dangerous.
What you gotta
If you're
add-
not, if you're not in
Yeah.
track shape, yo, I'm
Yeah.
serious, yo.
What you really gotta ask
And you
yourself
gotta eat right, all that shit at our age.
before
like,
you
fuck that.
race, you gotta ask yourself, when is the last time I ran full sprint?
Yeah.
full speed?
Yeah.
Now,
And
probably-
how do
probably
I
full speed
even
over
stop
30.
now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know how
That's
to
why
stop
in that
anymore.
question you can answer all that.
Yo, you
because
making
you
my knees
haven't
hurt
done
just
any of
talking
this shit
about that.
anymore. Like I could tell he was trying to pull his weight back up, but it was too much weight.
Yeah.
That shit folded backwards like a chair, nigga.
Damn.
Oh my God. yo. I had to scroll past it real quick. I almost reported that nigga, but I respect him. I don't like broken bones and shit like that. That's
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
worst
yeah.
thing to me. But yeah, man. Now stay safe out here
Please,
doing
yo.
athletic feats.
We tried to tell y'all nearly a year ago. No,
One of my
ESPN
boys
ticker level
almost got a
injuries,
Yeah.
yo, like-
my boy almost caught a
Yeah.
concussion playing flag ball. Yo, I ain't gonna put his
Yo,
name out there.
Anything can happen.
A concussion
on the
off the
outside.
flag football at 30 plus.
Some niggas be enjoying
You
the
developing
rush, I guess. I
CTE
don't know,
potentially.
'cause I
Yo,
ain't
like
doing
that's
that shit.
wild.
Yo, no, the craziest shit to me, like, and no disrespect to anybody, but playing tackle football for free at my age is like, yo,
For free is wild.
yo.
You gotta be
Unless you
ready.
just got hella money, yo. Like, I don't know. It's so many risks
no,
that
there's
can
no
happen,
reason
yo.
that you should be playing that sport. Yo.
If you're not in the NFL,
Watch it.
yo, still making checks.
Grab
yo.
Madden, my
Yeah.
nigga. Yo, like you can do all that shit on Madden.
better
yo.
have a
Anything you need to do.
phenomenal,
Coach a rec team, yo. Just
insurance
stay around
policy.
it. Coach a high school team. Do something else in the sport.
I think your whatever the shit, the premiums and shit, like it's gonna be too high, yo. Like
Yeah.
it's no way they can cover you
Yeah.
with that shit, yo. Because you're gonna destroy everything. I seen it happen.
You're gonna be paying so much you wish you actually probably blow a knee so you can actually
Yeah.
use that money.
Nah, that shit
Like, it's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, you actually might just go extra hard just to cash in on your insurance, because you paying these fucking crazy ass premiums.
Like
and
2
shit,
stacks
nigga.
a month, yo. 3 stacks a month.
That's crazy, yo. That's rough, yo.
Nigga.
Yo,
Just to
yo,
play ball.
where we live, yo, is crazy,
For
yo.
free.
Because it's crazy it costs that much, yo. If that happened, yo, they're gonna be cooked.
You're gonna.
That's what I think about though as an adult. Like, yeah, I'm not hating that you love a sport. Like, yo, I think about all that, yo. Like,
Just dial it back.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't go extra hard, yo. Like,
Observe
yo,
and report.
the shit you used to be able to do, those stops, cuts, and all that, I guarantee you, you can't do that
No,
now,
be
yo.
one shimmy sham now.
If you're gonna be a
whole
Nigga,
knee
everything is gone.
implosion of the knee, yo.
If you're gonna race somebody, don't be afraid to take that L if you have to go more than 70%. Yo.
Yeah.
If you feel like, even if you're gonna win at going 90 or 100, just know you're gonna lose probably in the end, yo.
Because when that
You better be
hammy
in
blow,
shape, yo.
when that hammy blow out, yo, it's over. Yo, salute to that for bringing up the track thing, yo. We gotta talk about Noah Lyles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We
I
gotta
wanna know
talk
what
about
y'all,
Noah
what y'all
Lyles.
thoughts are.
What happened? I ain't.
You didn't see what happened with Noah Lyles? Okay, so Noah Lyles, I want to make sure I said the statement right. So this is all me just breaking it down and summarizing.
Well, let me establish this real quick. He's
Okay.
the double champion.
I know he's nice.
No, I just want to make
but I just didn't
it
see
out there.
recent.
Racing against the world.
I gotta give him his credentials.
Racing
and his
against the world.
2-time world champion, the 200 before. He finally doubled and actually tripled because they won the 4x1. So
Nice.
Usain Bolt was like the last person to do that. And he's like the third fastest person in the 200. So just want to get that out
Going
there for all the
crazy,
track people,
conducting
you feel me?
business.
Yeah.
Very honorable.
So he's like that.
Yes.
It's cold.
But also. Yeah, I mean, we're trying, you know.
Yeah, also, so he decided after he was having some kind of press conference. This must have been after he either won something or some reason he was talking to people. But he decided to say that he has to watch in the U.S. that the NBA every year become world champions. And then he said, like, world champions of what? The United States? Like, you're not playing against... So essentially he's alluding to the fact that how can you call yourself a world champion if you're not playing against the world? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that caused an uproar. And I think my personal opinion of the reason of why I did... NBA players, one, are sensitive.
Drake, I don't want to disrespect, but he kind of be...
Yeah, Drake, it was a
groupie
lot
for
of
the
people.
athletes,
There's a
so,
lot of
yeah.
people that got sensitive
A lot of
about the comments. I think it was the delivery of the comments.
It was. That's what I want to talk about.
His voice, bro. He got that extra hype teacher voice, nigga. Like that one that you don't like. It's like, you know what I mean? He's like, he said it. I don't want to mimic his voice, but like, it was bad, nigga. Like you look at him, you like, you get those vibes, like.
It looked like he practiced
Cornbread
it
early.
in the mirror,
He
in the
definitely
closet,
practiced it.
in several different circumstances to make sure he got it right.
I
and he
almost want
still
to show
didn't
you the
deliver it
video
correct.
so you can see it, so you can understand what we're saying.
No,
'Cause
I
it's
understand when
cringy.
you're saying basically
It was
corny.
I cringed a little.
individual.
It made me a little like cringy a little bit when I first heard him say it.
And what I was gonna say is technically, he's not wrong. But if it was from a cooler source, I think, and no disrespect to him, but
It's the delivery.
it's how he delivered it.
The
I
message
think people would be like,
delivery was
all right, it wouldn't have been
awful,
such an outroar. But you know what happened? I think a bunch of people was like, it's corny, motherfucker. Yeah, man.
That's what
You know,
happened.
black people. You going
That's
to
He's not
what
wrong
you gonna get
happened,
crucified
bro.
if you corny
He
in the black
immediately
community.
became an immense cornball, yo, like in seconds. Like
fuck
it
that
was
nigga
like,
talking
nah,
about?
what
Yo,
the
that
fuck
nigga
is
sound
this
crazy
corny
as
ass
shit.
nigga talking
Yeah.
about?
Yo, you know how mean niggas
They
is,
was
yo.
lighting his ass
Niggas
up
will
in the
cook you, yo.
comments, so everybody. I was like,
fuck
God
is
damn.
this nigga,
But you know
yo?
what's crazy? Track and field has been suffering, and they could be marketed. And this is, I'm involved in track and field heavy. I don't got to go into it. Y'all know pro level, high school, college, all that type of stuff. And I ran. So, but that's a whole nother.
He was nice.
But all the track, like, he's not wrong. Technically, the world championships actually is still wrapping up for basketball right now. So if USA wins, all of those NBA players on there can literally call themselves world champions.
Yeah, good
But track
call.
and field, what I was gonna say is they suffering from marketing, and they could be marketed way better. Some of the athletes have to do their part, like Sha'Carri has done it, and he has done it as far as marketing themselves.
Outside
That's like
the
kind of like
sport.
boxing. It has to be both, like
Gotta do it
marketing
outside the sport,
and inside. But I wondered, was this calculated any type of way? Because it feels like he was rehearsing it, because it's really good marketing because everybody's talking about him. But I also don't know if you want to take the heel role as well in track and field. Like Usain Bolt was more so just beloved. But you can it would be a different type of role if you take it, because this has been done before. I don't want to get, y'all know I'm track, I don't want to get too much into the history. That's kind of been taken before, and it has kind of worked out. But it's like everybody's talking about him and track right now, and Sha'Carri's popping. So I wonder, was he trying to come off as like disrespectful to one of the most popular leagues, or was it just accident, but it's still working?
Yeah, I think
because he
he
wanted
just-
to get
I
some
think-
notoriety, period. But I don't know which way he was trying to take it. But either way, it's kind of working. And
Yeah.
hold on, real quick, he won his 200-meter race today. I do want to shout him out on that.
Oh yeah, shout out.
So he's like that, and he ran a good time today. So
And what my takeaway from it, because I haven't seen the clip. I don't blame anybody for, like, he got that light on him. He might have just got hype and said something crazy. You can't help the fact that you not, cool or whatever people want to call it. So it's like I don't knock him for that. As long as he's nice at track, that's all that matters to me for real.
Yeah, it wasn't a personal thing, but it
But
did come
I
up
get
a
where
little corny, but it wasn't like
he raced. You know, track people, they race people from all around the world type stuff. You feel me? Especially if you get to the Olympic level. So it's like
the
they looking at
NBA's
it like
players.
that.
I think they were more so feeling like we're the best league and all the best players around the world.
That's crazy to not make it seem like it's not a difference.
So-
Like,
And they come and play here,
yeah.
so they felt slighted. But it's like technically it's not wrong, but technically y'all kind of have a point. But technically y'all still wrong because USA playing right now. Mm-hmm. You know what? And there's NBA players all over those other teams as well. So it's one of those things where he's right, but I think it was that delivery, Rich, yo.
Yeah, it was the delivery.
was the
100%.
delivery.
Does anybody know about the area of Gainesville, Florida? Like as far as its, like I don't want to say the wrong word and shit. Like just as far as like how
Demographics?
the
Demographics,
demographic
that's
is
how-
set up. You know what I mean, you know anything?
No,
about
I
it?
don't. I don't.
I'm not quite sure,
That'd be
but I know where
interesting
you're
to
going
look up.
with this.
That'd be interesting to look because he's from Gainesville, Florida. So I'm just trying to get a like upbringing of like a hot, and he's been a top tier athlete. He just might be a
Ooh,
corny
no, he's
nigga.
not from Gainesville, Florida.
I just looked up.
No.
Where are you from?
No, I don't. He may have been born there. He's from Virginia, dog.
He's from VA.
Yeah, he's from Virginia.
Oh yeah,
His
he
brother
did go to
runs as well.
Alexandria
I know
City High
him.
School. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Bad number. He might have been.
I thought you was going with the other. It was another thing that happened out there, but
I was just trying to figure out like.
Well, he's an
If you
anime.
saying,
Well, I
like-
don't want to get on like because we all kind of watch it. Y'all probably a little bit, not probably a little more than me. I watch some anime. He's just kind of like a.
Oh, he's one
he
of them
probably wasn't
guys?
seen as like what would be typically seen as cool necessarily.
Yeah.
And that's nothing personal. It's just his personality.
And in the black community, yeah. we
But that's
was
why I
talking
just
about
said
how,
it
you
was
know
the
how it going
delivery.
now,
That's
community.
why
If
they
y'all watch
immediately
enough,
attacked him like that.
he's kind of like he a little more geeky-esque. And that's not even to be negative. That's just more of like kind of like his personality.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of everybody in the NBA, even when they're not cool, try to act cool because it's
Yes.
a cool sport.
Exactly.
So I think they just took it as man,
This corny nigga is talking about my cool sport.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
See, I'm glad I just don't even care no more because I don't even know what's cool anymore, yo. Like to be honest, yo.
I mean,
What's cool is being yourself.
Yeah,
Exactly.
very.
and he's being himself, I guess.
He
Unless
being
it,
himself.
unless it was a ploy, like you
I
said,
think
then
it
he
could
wasn't
be.
being
I think
himself.
it could kind of be both. Whatever it is, it's getting attention. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It definitely did.
It's got
It got
attention.
people
A lot of
worked
attention. They've been
up,
talking about it for
bro.
several days.
They got worked up.
That didn't even
Yeah.
die like after one day, so it's gotten attention. And then he won today, like.
That's tough.
He showed up.
But I mean, he's been nice because he was cooking in the last Olympics.
Nah,
so
he's
nice. He's nice.
yeah, he's tough, yo. Yo, and I had to ask this question on the pod only because, like, yo, I usually post polls all the time on the Insta story, and it was a random conversation I was having with a friend, yo, and I was like, do y'all? What the question is, do you consider Power Rangers as superheroes?
Yeah, I responded.
Yeah. And I just was like, because I hold superheroes on such a high regard, I said no.
I figured you
But
did.
the person I was talking to, they like, not wowed me, but they had their standpoints. They like, yo, why not, yo? And I'm like, maybe because I wasn't, I'm thinking like specific universes and like, but like on a grandiose scale, like.
Mike, what did I send to you, yo?
Yo, Zay said, what did you say? Oh, he could do a roundhouse kick.
What I said was they jumped they'll jump 20 feet in the air and give you a roundhouse kick, yo. That's superpowers. That's not
hilarious,
normal, yo. Like
that is real superpowers.
they jumping up
if you
on
think
mountains
about
and
it.
all type
Real
of
life
stuff.
jumped
like,
into them Megazoids, bro. They was
Yeah.
like crane diving
Yeah.
into
yeah,
them.
yo,
shits,
they literally
man.
jumped like 150
Beating up
feet
mad
in the air.
putties.
They was with it. They was superheroes. I didn't think of that either.
Yeah.
I almost said no too, but then once they said that,
I guess I caught
They
feelings
was
from
taking-
that episode y'all brought up when Tommy thrashed everybody. I'm like, yo, they not that mighty, yo.
Think about this though.
mighty
Like, yo,
Morphins.
all y'all gotta jump people to really get it in.
Yo, think about it. They was getting
name of this
slugged.
episode.
People was shooting
They're
them,
not
and all they
that
had
mighty.
on was a silk suit, yo. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta have superpowers, clearly, yo. It ain't the suit that's keeping them from
Yeah.
getting killed, Mike. Like, they different, yo.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you watch one of the latest movies, the last one that came out, like I think it was Mighty or Morphin Power, whatever the one is, came out
I ain't watched the
2017.
newest one. I know which one you talking about.
I actually thought it was
That shit
decent
look
for
like
what it was.
Transformers.
it was solid.
It was solid
Really?
for what it was, yeah. They was jumping from one mountain to the next mountain, dog.
Yeah.
That's,
They had superpowers.
They dang near can fly.
Whatever.
Like,
Even the one with Ivan Ooze, that was hard, yo. Like that joint was
OG,
fire,
yeah,
yo.
yeah.
Like when we went to go see that, we was young too when that came out. When did that come out?
I was in elementary school.
That was the
I was
90s,
young,
so-
yeah. I was because I remember being
I had
young.
the
young.
toys. I remember having.
I feel like even at like a
I only could get one, but I got the
McDonald's or
Green
Burger
Rangers,
King or
so
something like
somebody had the white bird thing that I always wanted.
that. I think that was
The
Jeffrey, yo.
Falcon,
We always shout out our God brother. He had the hardest toys, yo, because
That
we had
toy
a lot
was
of toys
hard,
because of
yo.
Dad, but yo, he
I
had
wanted
them
that.
like specific, like.
them ones you
Yeah,
wanted.
yo got the whole robot joint
Yo.
where you could put the Power Ranger inside.
You got a life size.
And the shit be talking.
Yeah.
Nigga said, we come to defend everything. I'm like, yo, this
Nah,
nigga
my
got
cousin had
cool
all of the
toys,
ninjas,
bruh.
yo. The Ninja Rangers, yo.
I
That
fuck
joint was
with
hard,
them.
yo.
You had the Black Ninja Ranger, right?
I think so. Yes. Yes.
What color did I have? Blue or
It was
something?
either blue or
red.
white. Or,
I usually got red because you had
You
the
might have
white
had
and the
the
Green
red.
Ranger, yo. You
Yeah.
you gotta think you always had the coolest
He
characters.
was older,
taken
yo. He
up,
got
so I had to
it.
get I had to get the second coolest in
God,
everything.
I think I did. Yeah, I did. I know that was like, of course, with like Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
It was, you know what I mean? It was the Ken and Ryu thing.
Yeah.
I definitely was sliding with Ryu.
Yeah, yo
all day.
always got the night, yo, right? He
Always
come up,
Ryu,
bro.
nigga, yo. Guile as well. I like Guile though.
Colonel Guile.
Guile.
Yeah, I fucked with Sagat, yo. You know I like the off-brand, yo. It's
Guile was
like-
probably racist, yo. So I probably shouldn't have fucked with him. That haircut was insane, nigga.
He just run up on you.
Yeah. You know he would. He had that America tattoo on his arm. He would have been Mag-Ah.
Yo,
Oh shit, man! Guile MAGA is hilarious. They should make shirts with Guile on it.
hey, yo, chill. I'm not talking.
I'm giving
to you
out
no
game
more,
to
yo.
y'all, man. Go ahead. It's almost time to start voting in a little while, yo. Next year,
Yeah,
it's going down.
Did y'all see Jaylen Brown
Oh,
jumped in the
Big Three.
The Big Three All-Star game?
He did.
That was dope, yo.
Oh, okay. I'm like, is that safe for that NBA contract?
That's a big look for what's.
Well, they wouldn't probably have.
I mean,
him.
it should guarantee fucking.
I was
Oh,
talking
yeah,
with one of
go
our-
get that bag.
I was
Go
talking-
get
It
that
probably
bag.
does have some kind of clause in there though. If he fucking shit up
talking with one of
outside.
He had a good lawyer.
I was talking with one of our guys. I think Jaylen Brown was like, yo, I think he did the spook that sat by the door. Yo, I think he was like, I gotta collect this bag. Kyrie gave him the game, like, yo, don't mess it up until you get the bag. And now, because he been saying, yo, he trying to do this, Black
Yeah.
Wall Street, this, that, and the third, but he secured the financial security, yo. And like, come on, you know that like Ice Cube been going on a tour talking about how the NBA been basically trying to like but like get them out the game or not like they don't want them
Oh,
around.
I didn't even
and
think
he
of
literally
that.
went to them. You think he would have did that
We talked about that
last
a little bit
year?
on here, yeah.
Hell no.
No, but
They'd
he
have got
got
him
that
outta there.
300. That boy's smart, yo.
They were like, get him the
There's a whole
fuck
joint to
out
the.
of here.
If you know
Nah.
Jaylen Brown's history, he's a real he's a smart dude.
I like
yo.
Jaylen Brown.
He's a smart dude for real.
He
For
was
real.
really out there marching and shit like that.
He
Like,
bought that life,
legit.
yo.
I'm not speaking on it because you already know, like, I can't talk about that on these kind of platforms.
Talk about what?
Yeah, what you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about.
I just feel like you just got to maneuver wise, yo. Cause
Well,
I
okay.
mean,
I
think
can-
he
regardless,
moving
because
I can dial it away if y'all want to dial it away from me.
Nah, man, speak on that, yo.
Yeah,
Hey,
what
we
was you
ain't
about
going
to say?
crazy, yo. They
I
not-
didn't even think.
I'm
you was
just
about to say
saying, like,
nothing.
yo-
What crazy could you say?
I'm not gonna say it on YouTube.
It was a good move, yo. It was like
No, it's a great move what he did, but you know where my mind going, Zay. Like, I'm like, yo, if you change, never mind, yo.
I don't know, man. I don't think nothing is too crazy.
Yeah, I can't
man.
think of
he
anything
moving
bad
smartly.
from this. This was a
I think
good
he moving
move.
wisely.
Yeah.
I think he has a plan, and he secured it financially, and he showed Cube love. I got a lot of respect for Cube and what he's doing.
That's hard, yo.
And it was a good look for them. You know what I mean? Like that's tough. And if the NBA is doing what he said they doing, you don't need to do that. The Big Three not gonna be an OD. It's not gonna be no real threat to you. You feel
Yeah.
me? He like, why don't y'all just work? We just work together for real.
they
for real.
work out anyway in the off season. What's the
Yeah,
difference?
yo.
It's a workout game.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shoot the big yo. What's crazy is some NBA players or like Joe Johnson. I think it was somebody else too. They got back in the league based off of their play in the Big Three. I think that's one of the reasons Ice Cube is also mad. He like y'all kind of benefited off of us, but y'all also trying to act like
Yeah.
y'all trying to like
Just trying to blackball you.
like push us, out the game as well. It's weird. So I get where he coming from.
They don't want any kind of interference in there. What feels to be monopoly. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? World champions. It goes back to that. We call ourselves the world champs. So for one reason, we feel like we're the best in the world.
Shoot, speaking of the NBA real quick, did y'all see that referee that people thought might have been rigging the games allegedly?
Oh, for
Eric
real?
Lewis retired.
Oh, the one up there in the Celtics
Well, he was
guy?
on the FanDuel Sportsbook app
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah, he was cooking. He was cooking them books, allegedly. allegedly.
We don't know.
Allegedly.
This is with jokes, but
You don't
it
know.
looks like it could be
Crockpot.
something. But
definitely.
his retirement like that
Slow
seems
roast.
Exactly how it needs to go.
that retirement seemed a little.
He gonna be on one of them documentaries like my boy,
Yep.
what was my man, Donaghy?
Tim Donaghy.
Donaghy.
Yo, that
That nigga
nigga
was
was
The
menace.
NBA's PR was phenomenal,
Absolute
sweeping
menace
that
to
under the rug.
society.
Do you think he retired, or do y'all think they told him step down to help out with PR? Actually, in the long run,
It's a good question.
You probably
How
put
long had he been a ref? I don't know much about
I think
it.
he's been a ref for a while.
A while. Then they might have told him to step down. Yeah.
Yeah, something just don't seem like.
Because they'd have just fired
Because I
him
know
if
the
he was-
average
if he was a
person,
new
and,
guy.
and me at first, we thinking like, man, he getting out the game because it gets sticky. But the NBA was real good with how they have excellent PR. They might we don't know, but they might.
Well, you know what it is?
And if you're honorable with your dishonesty,
He's a ref for
the
19
fees
seasons.
probably will pay you well.
What's happening
19 seasons.
is there's an influx in sports betting. So they can't have niggas like
can't have
rigging
Tommy-
the games and shit like that now. Like before, you could only bet in certain areas. So it only was a certain demographic of people that was betting. And
was
of course, you could do
underground
it
betting.
with, you could do it underground. You do it however you do it. I'm not going to give that kind of shit away. But now it's becoming more legalized across the board in more and more states. So they can't have that shit running rampant in every state. You seeing more college kids
feel
get in
like
trouble
that's-
for gambling. It's more NBA, NFL players. Everybody's getting in trouble for gambling. So they trying to put a stamp on that kind of shit and end it.
It
if they
also
can.
says the NBA ends his social media investigation, so it seemed like it's something in tandem.
Yeah. So it could have been something. Came
Common
from that.
sense would say it's in tandem. Like they say, yo, you got to step down.
Yeah.
Let's squash this. I don't know what they settling behind the scenes. I won't speculate on that.
That's
But-
what I was speculating on. That's why I didn't.
Hey,
even
go
speak.
ahead.
I'm like,
No, the gambling shit is big.
I just feel like, bro, like you gotta think. That's why I was saying, like, if you honorable with your dishonesty, you feel me? You're gonna get paid off in the end. You think John Wick didn't hold down the man that was like, yo, when they get a little, you know what to do when you get the call, yo.
Yeah, but
And he held it honorably, like.
I think in this instance, in the alleged resignation of this guy.
No,
if
he
we're
was
saying
on.
it
That's
was
not
forced.
alleged.
No, I'm saying like if it was forced. If we
Oh,
were
yeah,
saying
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like
So
a
Oh,
forced
got you, got you, yeah, I got you, I
resignation.
got you, I got you, I got you.
All alleged on my end.
I do think if that is
paper
what
is
happened,
speculation.
then it's because they make a lot of money off betting as well. So they want to keep that going. Like
Yeah.
they can't have that shit stop.
Remember, there
So
was
they
a
gotta
na-
get this nigga the fuck out of here, yo. Like if he's doing shit like that.
Last year, it was a growing narrative. Remember, even with several sports, the script and all that. Even some of it was jokey, but it was a growing narrative with like the NFL and the NBA that people were like, man, this is rigged and this and this and that and the third. That was actually growing and bubbling up. That's the worst thing you can have for your league is credibility. Once you lose
Exactly.
credibility, you're cooked.
Yeah.
Because now people are going to be like, all right, this is like WWE, which is thriving, but not in regular sports like that where it's supposed to be a real outcome.
Yeah.
The NBA is not like, I'm not going to say it's not real basketball, but it's so entertainment. Listen, I always said, if you're at a game in the NBA and there's live music playing and blimps and stuff rolling around in the joint, it's a lot of random distractions. Like, that's not real, like, pure basketball in the first place. It's kind of weird. So it's like, you got to get through that. And then you also talking about, that's a whole other discussion. So
Yeah.
you don't want people to start thinking, yo, like, this is scripted.
I just be feeling like a lot of it is right now with the sports betting, they probably have like guys that could like look and be like, yo, it's too many on this odds or whatever. It was a little thing. And they'll just make it like small stuff. Like he has to not get this last rebound and stuff like that. Because you
Yeah,
can really
yeah, you
break it
can't-
down
yeah,
to
you
that
can't.
level if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can't bust a whole.
That's why I stopped.
hand
That's
down.
why I completely stopped. Because I was going crazy. Because, like, yo, the FanDuel Sportsbook, I remember one week when the NBA started, I won bread, bro. I'm like, yo, I know who could get 3 rebounds in the game. I didn't know it was parlays where you could bet on anything.
You can bet on anything.
Like, yo,
that's
Valanciunas
what
is
I'm
going to get
saying.
3
All
rebounds
call,
tonight.
most call,
Like,
90%, most calls are subjective in sports. Period, especially the NBA. A lot of the ways they keep them games close and stuff. All you gotta do is call more fouls on one team than the other. People get fouled all the time.
Yeah.
They selective about that because they don't want to ruin the game. But if you want to just say, hey man, we want to either slow the game down, we want to get more bets in by slowing the game down, or we want the game to be closer, all you gotta do is just call more fouls. Mm-hmm. That's just the simplest version, minus anything else. So we don't know. We don't know what's happening.
We don't know.
This is these are.
And I still love sports, so that's why I'm not mad.
Did y'all see Mitch McConnell glitch out again?
I did.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
Wild.
I
That's
did.
what I was gonna take it when we were started getting into the political vein. I was gonna take it there.
Yeah.
They gotta get him. He gotta chill. He just gotta go resign. The PR team, they tried.
Yeah.
They tried to save him. They came up, ran up on him. They was like, "Did you hear him, sir?" Like on some shit like that. Like he didn't hear. The nigga was still locked. Nigga was froze, bro.
But what if that was like a really clever defense tactic for like when you don't want to answer a question?
Just freeze up.
I might
And just look confused.
start. Zay, ask me an uncomfortable
You know what it
question
is,
right now.
yo?
You just hit him with the.
It's his lack of lips. It looks crazy when he just closes his
They
mouth.
don't know what happened,
Yeah,
yo.
because he just like.
Nobody will know what
And there's a
happened.
weird look on his face. White people don't really have the most
Yeah, just,
lip, so it looks wild. His mouth looks crazy, bro.
my man froze.
He looks like a turtle as well. Bro. He's like
Yo,
every time I
yo,
see
the
him, he looks
master
like
of
a fucking
disguise.
turtle, bro. Yes.
Yo is the one of the costumes from Master of Disguise, yo.
Wild, man. He needs to chill. You remember during COVID, he had them crazy ass hands, like where he was. I think it was some kind of like blood pressure issues that he was having
Nah,
in
I
his
ain't
hands.
even know about his
God,
hands.
man,
yo.
they look
The
like
Mitch
fucking
McConnell hands.
look like vampire hands or some shit like that. They get like, yo, you need to go sit down and get your fucking circulation going and shit.
That's because
man.
he's a vampirial
God
age.
damn, bro. Like, yo, you're old.
Yeah.
You need to stop doing
Bro,
this politics
87.
shit. It's time.
Bro, 86.
I'm 80 years old, freezing up on the podcast. It's time to end it, yo.
But what if Mitch McConnell was still like sharp and so smart, he just wasn't answering
He's
questions
not.
he didn't want to answer?
He's not. He's freezing. There's a glitch.
Freeze, bro.
His brain shuts down. He could be.
That's
seizing
sad
up.
though, like
He
he,
really could
probably
be
is going
seizing
through
up
some
with
shit,
wild
and it's
shit.
like, yo,
Allegedly.
why the fuck y'all don't even care about that?
Yeah,
yo?
man,
like,
y'all gonna try to blame it on his hearing?
Like, bro, if he having strokes and shit like that, like,
If
yo,
they
y'all
don't hear
gotta-
what
yo,
every
make sure
what
your
every
seizure-
old nigga say when they can't
a
hear
seizure
something.
past 70 is a lot, yo. Like, you gotta relax, yo. Like,
Every old nigga says the key word when they can't hear some shit. Huh? Yo, it's like as every old nigga says that. Yo, stop. He didn't hear anything. His brain didn't process anything. He just shut down. Doom.
yo.
That's what happened in his brain, yo. It just powered down on that motherfucker.
Yo, the craziest thing, yo, I thought of, yo.
What's the Windows tune, yo? Doom, 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 doom. That shit just shut down.
Know some
Processing.
shit that's funny though? Like, yo, what if he had the and then something happened, yo, and he had the pop show you used to do, yo, when he shuts down the
That would happen. Yo. That'd be OD. That would be OD yo, if he start having some kind of spasm. And he start making noises and
and
shit.
he just stare at you, yo.
No, he gonna die up there one time. It's just gonna
Chill,
go
yo,
blank.
chill. He's
And
not.
y'all
he's
niggas is
not,
gonna
he's
be
not.
sad, yo. Like,
He's gonna live
stop.
forever.
His hometown booed the shit out of him when he had some kind of conference recently. Because they
just-
need him. He's too old to represent the state.
I just don't
He's a
understand why.
senator.
See, I'm not even a hyper political dude or none of that. That's why I'm not really like weighing in. I'm just thinking like, why isn't it at age? Because you got health problems. Like, if it's a potential of your health risk being like ridiculously high after a certain age, like, yo, let somebody young
Time, bro. It's time.
refresh that, yo.
You don't even really understand what's happening.
Yeah.
You're like a baby again.
Yeah.
He's old now.
Freezing during a conference is crazy.
Nuts. You're the only one up there. There's no one else that they're
Yeah,
talking
come
to. So if you don't hear something, you just say, hey, can you say that again? You don't just lock up.
It's another person that be having discrepancies too. I just won't talk about it because I'm not an ultra political guy. So it's been a lot of glitches in the political realm, you know. Because everybody is 80 plus
Yeah, too old.
or 75 plus.
They should be chilling, man.
Like, yo, hey, that's OG, yo. Like, yo, yeah, I got a great grandson now, yo.
Yeah, you got it. That's when you gotta chill.
Yeah, you can sit down, yo.
You go
Speaking
sit
of
down.
age limit show, did y'all Did y'all see? Because I know I don't, and I'm pretty sure the Times. Y'all probably don't. I'm sure don't watch like Undisputed. But have y'all seen like the clips and stuff from the new Undisputed?
I caught some of
No,
the clips.
nah.
I caught some of the clips.
I've been so frustrated because boxing has been so great, and it's like,
What do you, Rich? What do you think, yo?
I'm just trying to figure out what's happening because I didn't see two different rotations. I feel like so they had like when they had the three of them up there, the big three amigos. It's too much.
Which fight
they
is
gotta
it? I
dial
wanna know.
back.
It was
No, we talking about
No,
Undisputed, the show.
The show.
oh,
Skip Bayless'
Skip
show.
Bayless.
Oh, my bad. I
You know
thought
what I
you
mean,
was talking
Undisputed
about the fighting.
had they brought in their guys, yo. So they brought in
Brought in the people
Who
that
was
the
it?
ESPN let go, basically.
Richard Sherman. What's the
The
wide
first
receiver?
episode was Richard Sherman,
What's the wide receiver
Michael
name?
Irvin,
the
and
other one,
Keyshawn Johnson.
Keyshawn Johnson.
How was
And
that?
Skip
That might
Bayless
actually
looked-
be all right.
Nah,
Skip
yo,
Bayless
it's too
looked
many
like-
dominating personalities. At least from that one clip, I couldn't handle it.
He looked like the moderator at one point.
Yeah.
It
I
was a
didn't
lot
like
going
that
on,
trio.
yo.
That trio
It was a
wasn't
lot,
good.
yo.
It was too much. I mean,
Now-
it was the clip I saw specifically was the one where Michael Irvin told him to catch with his body.
Oh,
I think that was the
yeah,
clip
yeah.
that I saw, and Richard Sherman was losing it, and then
Michael Irvin
It-
really was
it just
screaming in
was
the
Michael
whole camera.
Irvin's
He
like,
took up the whole frame.
But you should take it from me. Big cocaine vibes, just
Allegedly, we don't know.
you know what I mean, just surging through his body and shit. You know, he can't help it. He just get coked out.
Just throw it in the air. Pocket sand.
Big coke in the green room, yo. That's what I'm gonna name this.
It'd be pocket sand. and
Big
people-
coke in the green
Pocket
room.
sand.
So it looks like over the days they're
That's
rotating.
wild, yo. That's wild.
Pocket sand in the coke.
That's wild. This
God
dog.
damn.
Gotta relax.
I gotta stop putting coke on Irvin, man. He might really be
Yeah, he
recovering
might
from
not,
it. He
yo.
might not be on it. He just
What if he
showing.
never fucked with it though? He just wasn't.
No, he definitely
I think he's admitted
We
that.
know he fucking. He's playing with Lawrence Taylor and them niggas, yo. Like, nah, them niggas was cocaine, bro.
Trying to cop a plea for a
Cocaine cowboy. Head ass niggas.
But over the episodes, it looked like over the several days. So it looks like it's more like he's dipping back into a cold pizza type of bag, where it's like they're rotating people, and you know how like, First Take still kind of does that a little bit. So it looked like he realized, okay, not have a one-on-one star versus star joint. Let's just try to kind of bring big personalities. Because Rachel Nichols is on today. I just seen some of the stuff on you because I was like, I want to talk about it a little bit. So I don't watch the show anymore, but. I just was wanting to see how the new dynamics was. So Rachel Nichols is on there, and it took a different turn with how he was approaching it. He still does his Skip Bayless stuff, and then Keyshawn looks like he's the permanent other across the desk person.
Okay. I like Keyshawn.
Yeah,
I like
Key
him a lot.
cool, but Key not gonna let you say too much. I think he told
Yeah.
Key you're talking too much on the first episode, and Key said, "Did you just say that to me?" So I'm just saying this could get a little sticky fast, but and then he had Emmanuel Acho, so it seems like it's more of a cold pizza rotating people and not just a Stephen A and me.
I'm never-
Wanna
Shannon
know-
versus
wanna know
me.
my
He's
takeaway?
actually evolving kind of, or he's kind of smart with how he's doing it, but it still seems like it could be really. We're gonna only find out. It could work out, but it could go bad either way.
I can't stand Acho, bro. And I'll just leave it at that. So anytime he's on there, I won't be watching. I can't watch that.
Yo, my takeaway is Cam and Mace got niggas in the chokehold. yo.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas is shook. Y'all is scrambling.
No.
This shit sound crazy.
Forget just the scrambling. You
Like,
seen
yo.
Richard Sherman? Because that's what I was gonna
They
get to next.
scrambling.
Oh
yo.
yeah, man.
He hit the pause on there. And it's like, dog.
Shout out to Mike with the pause awareness.
Yo, they gonna do it just like remember when the dude, and this is alleged because I don't want to get sued because they probably bought the rights before him.
I think I know
But
what you're talking
you
about.
remember the come on son.
Yep.
Come on son Zay. You
ESPN
remember
did
that?
them
Yeah, yeah,
dirty,
yeah.
bro. They did that man dirty, bro. What is my man's name? Aaron
Ed
Lover. They did him dirty.
Come on.
Y'all could have gave him some bread.
Come
Yo,
on,
that was
son.
fucked up, man.
And now they got whole
that.
segments.
like, yeah.
Come on,
Pause
man.
them down for a
That
minute.
shit was trash. I hated that.
Let me
Come
get
on,
that
man.
sauce up off you. Let me
Saying
get
it
that
on a
sauce up
sports
off you.
show, and then you ain't. We've never heard Richard Sherman say it before. I don't know. I don't remember him saying
me
it.
get that
And now he on the
feeling,
sports
son.
You talking
desk
about the
saying
pause joint?
it's one thing if you do another
It was a
random
well-placed
podcast.
pause.
Yeah.
It was
If you do-
well placed.
They want the free sauce.
If you do another random podcast or something, then maybe you can get it off. But on a broadcast that's like a similar style debate show, that's intellectual property in a way. Or biting, because they might not. I don't know if they have it.
and you're a professional platform.
legally
Like, yo,
own
stop
it,
trying to
but,
act
like-
fake funny and steal my shit, yo. Like,
So you
be
don't think-
honest.
It is what it
Y'all
is,
don't
said,
think
bro. It didn't
Richard-
even sound natural, yo.
You don't think
Yeah.
Richard Sherman was pausing before? You don't think he did
He
that?
probably said it, but like
probably
we
did.
never seen him say it on a sports debate show
Got you.
before.
Let him. I respect
And
him
then he
more
was like
if he
setting
go
it
on
up,
with
seemed
Cam
like,
and
yo,
Mace.
like-
I respect him more if they let him go on with Cam and Mace, and he could be like, "Yo, why was you?" And you know, Mace and Cam gonna keep it real.
They gonna ask.
Like, why you say that?
They already
Yo, wasn't saying pause, yo. Like, yo. and he
No,
be
they
like,
calling shit out. I've been seeing them.
You know-
yo.
yeah, they
They've
do.
been calling some shit
What's
out.
funny is he messed it up too because he said it how like Noah Lyles was saying the other stuff. That's
Yes.
why he was like, pause. I was like, yo, this is so cool.
You gotta
said,
have
"Dun,
sauce
dun,
with it,
dun."
man.
Never mind.
Zero sauce. But he cooked the shit out of Skip Bayless years ago, yo, when he said
Oh
he
yeah,
could
I think
never
they
amount to
talked about it
anything
recently.
that
I
he
didn't
did.
see the clip, but I seen a headline.
It's a
for it.
beautiful thing, yo. Yeah, man.
Keyshawn seems like the appropriate
I really like Keisha.
person to be on there
It
more
was
recently.
it was him.
Michael was the splash in the pan guy, and honestly, like
I'm scared though, because
Richard
like you
Sherman
said,
is
he's
not really
aggressive,
interesting
yo.
to me, bro.
I feel like
That's all.
Keyshawn
Really?
Davis would be the one.
don't
that
really
would
find him
get
interesting like
upset.
that.
Interesting. I like Richard Sherman a little bit.
I like Richard
On that
I'm
show,
gonna try
from the stuff I've seen on that
I'm gonna
show,
try to watch it. I
it
haven't
seems
been
like
watching
he's trying
it,
to
though.
perform instead of just being Richard
Well, I
Sherman.
mean, everybody. That's where you gotta find your bag.
It's a combination
gotta
because it's
find your bag.
entertainment, so you kind of got to understand there's a performative aspect. That's how they keep their ratings and they keep their jobs.
Exactly.
But it's also like not trying to force it. And that's the part of the chemistry thing. Maybe it'll take some time. You don't want to kill him too bad because it might take some time. But like,
Football season coming. He might have some good takes coming.
yeah,
up,
yeah.
yo. I
It's
mean,
early. It's
some good
early.
Takes coming.
It's early. I'm not rooting against it, but because
That's an argument that I
is
did hear recently. Is that why they gotta have all football niggas? Like why they couldn't have no?
Nah, that
no,
is another thing. It would have been cool to have somebody from the NBA.
Yeah, get somebody from there. Why they ain't got no NBA niggas up there?
All the NBA dudes.
That would've been great
but
with
you wanna-
NBA.
you no disrespect. I don't want to disrespect them, but the NFL kind of has like a. I don't want to sound. They kind of like have
Oh,
to
with
have like a
Fox?
structure or a boss. It seemed like I'm just being honest. The NBA dudes, if you pay attention, a lot of them have their own platforms and podcasts.
Man, they got money because they got way more money
It's just
than
the like
niggas.
when you think about the collective bargaining.
Like, if you're not a
agreement and what-
quarterback,
what
you didn't
one
get
side
money
gets away
like
with,
them, yo.
opposed
If
to
you
the
was-
other side. Like
I've seen a rise in podcasts from the NFL side. They're not as popular.
Yeah.
they're not as popular.
But
It's not as
they're
many
definitely
neither.
because Travis Kelsey
It's too
and
many
them, the
players.
Bros,
But that one has been out for a while though. That's
Too many players.
Mark Ingram and them, they have one that I really like.
never heard
It's
it.
it's
It's
been a few.
11
It's
on
a few of
11,
them.
yo. It's too many players, yo. Niggas
a lot
not
of
gonna
players,
remember
you're
you, yo. You could be the greatest fucking guard of all time. Niggas won't even know you. That
Nah, but it's good ones. Like
I
it's
think
a
they
real
should
good
separate
one
more, yo, and
you
really
should
think
fuck
more
with.
individualistic.
called Raw Room. I think you would like that. Raw Room is hilarious.
Really?
Yes, this is the guy Darren Bates, I think is his name. He played in the NFL for a few years, quite a while actually, I think. And the show is good. Just watch that. Check that out when you get a chance.
send it to me. I'll
I'm
look at it.
subscribed to that shit. That shit is hilarious.
Also, from like a big business, because I don't want to just make it on them. Like, if you're looking at it from a very much macro level and a basic business level, from like major companies, football gets the biggest ratings in the country. So those guys more than likely are going to get first dibs. The loud, boisterous personality football guys. Football is king in America. In America, the United States of America. So when these shows are doing it, they probably going after what's going to get the immediate ratings for the most part, unless they can get a LeBron James. But they're not.
Fox
getting that.
is more.
Those guys are too
football.
big to even want to come on a platform like that.
Fox is
unless
more
it's TNT,
football.
but TNT does TNT numbers. They, with inside the NBA, that's is what it is. You
Yeah.
feel me? So that's that version.
They kind of got that locked down.
They got that on lock.
Ain't nobody that can.
ESPN been
interfere
trying to
with
figure
that.
out that formula for a while now, and they
so
can't get it.
long.
Yeah.
So
They
we
did
got
pretty good with the switching up of the music, though. I like that on ESPN. Sometimes they got better music. So.
Yeah, they did get better music. Yo.
I want to ask y'all a question. Since we got starting the NFL's regular season is starting next week.
Draft, baby.
What if one of the analysts on like Sunday Night Football throws a pause out there, yo? Do they owe Cam and him a bag, yo? I feel like it could
I mean,
happen.
if they don't got
yo.
something written down where they own it, no, technically you don't. But you are biting.
I feel like it could happen, yo.
It could happen, yo.
I'm not gonna be shy.
You know they're gonna
always-
capitalize on it though, Cam and Mace. They're gonna
Them
capitalize on it. They're
commentators
gonna talk about
always
it.
say something positive.
Yeah, they're gonna capitalize
Especially
on it.
when you ever realize in the NFL shit, and we could get away from the sports shit a little bit. They always talking about the physique of somebody, yo, like just of how massive, quote unquote, somebody is, and they get really in their
It makes
bag
sense
when
in
they
football, but it's
describing
weird
it.
when they
A
get
lot
like
of
too
pause
like
words.
Calm down,
yo.
yo. Like relax. Everybody is a
like,
big
yo.
football player.
People
out
been
here.
saying they
was
feel like some of them been
athletic.
trolling recently over the years too.
Yeah, I
yo,
think
like
so.
knowing that it's gonna go viral. You
I
know?
think so.
Because some of them have been extremely egregious. Yo.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
They were
yo.
going crazy.
Nah,
Snagging
I've seen
balls,
it,
yo.
heard.
It's wild. Pause, man.
Before we hold on. Before we,
Wow, yo. You snagged that one. Like, damn.
I don't even want to say something else worthy purpose. I heard.
yo, crazy.
Before we fully leave off of sports, because I know you about to transition off of that, but did y'all see the future legend Coco Gauff, yo, had to set the record straight in tennis?
I saw she won her last.
y'all didn't see
I
that story at all?
I didn't see her
didn't.
at all. I didn't see anything. What
She
happened?
basically the match was lasting longer than it was supposed to, or in between like sets and games, because like there was like the opponent was sitting down and doing a whole bunch of stuff and taking a lot of time. And you're not supposed to do that necessarily when it's the other person's serve. That's like etiquette, and it's a part of the rules. Like, and she's basically started scolding the judge. I think the judges in tennis. Because she like, or ref or whatever, I think it's still technically refs, but she was like any other ref, so she was going off on her. She's been getting a lot of backing from a lot of people because everybody was like, yeah, she technically right. And she's like, yo, even after she won the match, she was like, how was that match? She was like, slow. But it was like the girl was trying to play games with her, seemed like, and it wasn't working. And she was technically to the book. She was assertive, but she wasn't like overly aggressive. And she was basically checking them like, yo, y'all got to get this in right. And it's like, the crazy thing after was the other player who is not, let's just say she started doing phony tears. I'm gonna just leave it at that. She started doing phony tears, like they were treating me like I was evil or trying to cheat and all. And I was like,
people like
people
that
from all
scare me,
sides.
yo.
People from all sides were like, "This is phony." Shorty was right. I'm talking about
like
from
that
all sides. You had a
scare
couple
me
people
that
trying
do
to
something
sympathize,
and
but
That's when
still
the inner
cry.
Karen comes out. Yo.
yeah, she was
That
pulling that
shit's
Karen.
scary.
That's all I'm
No
gonna
matter
say.
who you
yo.
are.
The inner Karen come up out them. They can't help it. They start crying or they start lashing out. It's one or the other.
Or the wild scream, yo.
That's what I'm saying.
That'd be the
it's
worst
either
one,
a cry
like-
or a lash out. It's one or the other.
I just feel like everybody that has a reaction like that just needs like the random dude to be like, yo,
Stop.
the fuck up, yo. Shut the fuck up. What's wrong with you, yo? Get your shit right. Just walk off, yo. That would change the world, yo.
Salute to her for standing her ground. Salute
Definitely.
to Coco Gauff, and she is the future.
The young
Like,
legend.
I don't know anything about that, but that's foul if
It's the
know,
U.S.
some weird
Open is
stuff.
happening right now. If you don't know much about it, you're gonna learn more and more and more. She's been like one of the young
She's
people
nice.
that keep constantly. I
So-
think she
I
might be the
definitely know
youngest
her.
to win.
I definitely
I've heard of it, but I don't watch.
Yeah. So
I definitely know.
we're gonna constantly hear more and more about her. So she's
Nah,
doing the
that's
right
tough.
things. She's standing tall. She seems very wise on a lot of things beyond her years from just interviews and stuff I've heard from her over the last like 3 maybe years at this point now. So yeah, I'm going to be supporting that young lady. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got anything?
Nah, you got anything else?
Nah, I'm good.
We always gotta say rest in peace to Big Reese.
Season
Episode
starting.
277 Coach Class Pod. Season starting next week.
I thought y'all was gonna
Shout
talk about
out
the
to
Ravens cuts. My
Yeah,
fault.
yeah. Ravens final
Shout out
cuts,
to
man.
V. Oh,
We
yeah,
called that
final
shit with
cuts.
Crochet.
I didn't call it. I didn't know.
We knew.
I think Rich called that, yo.
Laquan,
Yeah, y'all
Treadwell
boy in
too.
the experts
It was
than
too
me.
many wide receivers in that room, and they got it in the comments too. Salute to the people in the comments that agreed with us as well. But I think that was pretty much it.
We talked about it.
What if
though.
he goes somewhere and cooks though?
I mean, that's
Hey,
good,
that's
but
I would like to
He
see
was
that.
not
he was
built
talking
for
about
our
it, like, where's
system.
the space at? Somebody was getting going
Yeah.
to clip.
Somebody gotta get clipped, bro. It's
Somebody
only
gonna
53
get
men that
clipped,
can fit
dog,
on this
like-
roster. Yo, Hard Knocks is cooking right now. Yo, salute to Sexy Red for making it on Hard Knocks. Yo, you're a fucking legend. And we can close it out like that.
All right, bet.
They asked me what I'm coaching, right? I said, bro, I'm coaching life. I said, bro, I'm coaching life. They asked me what I'm coaching, right? I said, bro, I'm coaching life. I said, bro, I'm coaching life.